Angry guy here. Angry guy here, and we're looking at why password bros are rapidly checking out of Western society. I mean, it's getting interesting. All right, so you got your short intro. Why are password bros rapidly checking out of Western society? Well, it's not anything that's so mysterious. I mean, if you look at the world today, if you look at the way women are behaving in Western society, look at how Western society treats men, it's giving men all the incentive to walk away, men walking away from Western society and Western women. We're going to check out this video over on TikTok and let's see exactly why fellas are getting their passports.
You should just be a slut.
Women, sleep with who you want to sleep with. Do it however much you want to.
I have 3 dudes in one night.
I went to a party. I had sex with 3 different guys in one night. I cheated on my boyfriend with the guy I told him not to worry about.
So, is my teenage son supposed to one day find a wife in America that hasn't had a marathon race? If you know what I mean. If you're a man and you don't understand the need to have a movement like the passport, you can't be trusted. See, the passport bros feel that we deserve much better. We've worked hard all our lives. We've sacrificed.
This man's out here looking like a combination between Captain America, the Punisher, and the Predator. I'm all for it.
We've made responsible decisions. We've became successful. We don't want to be around people with bad attitudes, people with entitlements, people with combative, disagreeable, masculine, and meretricious behaviors.
I mean, guys, these women have lost their fucking minds. They think this shit is a game. It's no wonder men have walked away and they're not coming back. It's no wonder men are saying, you know what? I've had enough. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not playing this game anymore. You know, I mean, because these women cannot handle rejection. Let's just make it very, very clear. You know, Western women can't handle men rejecting them. They're going absolutely ballistic. They're losing their mind as these men are basically turning around and saying that I don't want to have a relationship with you. I don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. I'm good. You know, I'm going to go live my best life and you won't be a part of it, because that's exactly what's happening right now. And these women, they can't handle that. They cannot handle the notion that they are being rejected, that they are being put to the curb and, you know, being let go like a stray kitty. You know, they are unwanted. And I mean, let's check out this video from Tribe of Men because he's been dropping some fire lately.
One more from this channel.
This one is actually this one's titled "Western Women Can't Handle Men Rejecting Them for Foreign Women," and it's I mean, it is what it is, but it's just fucking true.
Women's reaction of passport bros. Let's see. Positive, doubtful. Omni thinks these chubby girls have the highest body counts. They just throw themselves at you. Talk about it. Talk about it. How would you know, bro? You got insider information?
Let's watch this video.
I've been doing a deep dive on the passport bros phenomenon, and here's an...
Listen, I'm starting to realize some of you been harpooning out here in the streets. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed.
insight that a lot of people miss. The way these men are leaving their own countries to go to lower income countries to find wives, and they say that it's because the women there are more feminine and they really value femininity in a woman. They say that the women in their own countries, they're not as feminine anymore, they're masculine, and they just don't want that in a partner. But then I look around me, my neighbors, my friends, and a lot of the women here are feminine, they're beautiful, they have a soft feminine aura, they treat their men well, they cook, they clean, they do everything. And then I realized that I'm in a high income neighborhood and their husbands, they're high earners. This just highlights how femininity has become a luxury in the US. Because it has become a luxury that a lot of men cannot afford, they go to places where femininity is the norm and not luxury. And that's okay, good for them. Bottom line is, if you're a feminine woman, you get the best pick of men in any society, whether you're an American woman in the US or a foreign woman.
Listen, she actually...
She actually said something interesting. She said that femininity, men in the U.S. have to pay top dollar for femininity, All right, men in the U.S. have to pay top dollar for femininity. This is the reason why men are going overseas to get it, where their dollar goes further. The point is that no matter where you are, women who have femininity will always get the top pick of men, and that's a very interesting point. That's a very interesting point. So all these women who are doctors, lawyers, boss bitches, these women are not getting the top picks of men. All these women out here who are saying that they want to run their own business, they're going to have their career. They're not getting the top picks of men. The men who are picking women, the top men who are picking women, are picking women who are feminine, who are picking women who cook, clean, suck dick, and bring them peace.
Really nailed that point. That's the unfortunate truth. It's rooted in the broken capitalist system we have right now that is actually screwing up men's abilities to provide like they used to back in the day.
And he mentioned that the broken capitalist system is screwing up men's ability to provide. But let me tell you something. Here in America, this is one of the few countries in the world where you have the freedom, where you can actually go out and do anything you want to do. Don't get me wrong, there are some issues with taxation, public assistance, and a variety of things. But there are many countries where you don't even have options. You cannot open a business. You cannot do these things because you'll be shut down. All right. The truth is that it's a lot of it has to do with the expectations of women. 100,000. Okay, so 17% of men earn $100,000 in the United States. 17% of men earn $100,000 a year in the United States. Only 8% of women earn $100,000 in the United States. All right. Most men, the average man earns about roughly $50,000 a year in the United States. $50,000. The average woman in the United States earns $36,000, which is $14,000 less than the average man. Yet the average woman makes up the average woman in the United States accounts for 80% of all consumer purchases. So women account for 80% of all consumer purchases in the United States, even though they earn significantly less than the average man in the United States. This is the reason why they're looking for high income, for guys with insane incomes. I mean, think about this carefully. A guy making $100,000 a year, that's $300,000 in 3 years. What is a woman looking for a guy with that kind of money? This is something that Kevin Samuels caught a woman with once. He's like, a guy making $100,000 a year, that's $300,000 in 3 years. What are you trying to do with that kind of money? She could not answer him because these women are up to no good. They are looking to buy things that they don't need. They're looking to live outside of their means. They're looking for men that are going to give them this absolutely ridiculous life that they believe they deserve because they've been told their entire lives that they are perfect and that they are better than men and they are better than, I mean, it doesn't matter who they are or what they look like. If you're a fat man, society lets you know very quickly that, you're unattractive and you need to work on yourself. If you're a fat woman, society tells you that you're beautiful and that you don't need to change and that it's everyone around you that needs to accept you. You're perfect just the way you are. It's healthy obesity. What the fuck is healthy obesity? All right? Only in the West. But that's the delusion that we live in today. And that's the reason why our Western society is beginning to collapse and crumble all around us. And it's going to get worse before it gets any better. And when I say worse before it gets any better, I'm talking about it's going to have to break down a ton before we can rebuild it up from the ground. Because this thing is a fucking cesspool. No one wants to live in Western society anymore. No one with half a brain wants to continue putting up with this bullshit, with this nonsense, with this crap that's happening here. It is an outright disgrace. It is an outright disgrace, and men need to come together and say, you know what? No more. I'm not taking any more. I'm not participating in this anymore. That's why all these men are walking away. The Passport Bro movement is literally a subsect of men walking away, all right? It is a subset of men walking away from Western society and Western women, saying that I'm only going to do as much as I have to do to survive in this society. I'm going to put whatever money I have into my pocket and not back into the society. If I spend my money, I'm going to go overseas. I'm going to get myself a quality woman, and I'm going to spend my money and make it go further. All right. But I'm not going to put it back into a society that I no longer believe in. It's men abandoning Western societies and Western women. And women and societies are going to hate that because it's going to also take away tons of tax revenue from them. But guess what? No one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck. Men are tired of the bullshit and they are not going to take it anymore. Guys, it is enough is enough. And also, if you're enjoying these videos, you need to subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, like the videos, and share the videos. Guys, what do you think? Why Pastor Bros are rapidly checking out of Western society? Is it because of Western women? Because Western society stands against men? Or is it all of the above, that men are tired of the bullshit and they're not putting up with it anymore and they are walking away from Western society, Western society, Western women, and going MWA, men walking away? It's like MWA is like the new age NWA, except with less violence, and I think with less violence and a happy ending. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you right now. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and cheers.